Oops, my glasses are dirty. I'm so disorganized. Okay, you better listen to this. This is an actual award, and it's not for me. It's extremely difficult to describe someone that you love, and it's even more difficult when that person has been very much part of the fabric of your life for so long. It's 19 years, in fact. It's extremely difficult, but I'll try. I love and admire Hylda Queally in equal measure. Hylda Queally the woman, what a woman. Hylda Queally the mother, Hylda Queally the sibling and daughter and wife, and Hylda Queally the agent. In most ordinary people, these roles are often siloed, but in Hylda, they're inextricably linked by her curiosity, generosity, creativity, and loyalty, her energy and her unrivaled desire and ability to get to the bottom of a problem or a challenge and not only find a myriad of solutions, but find a way to turn the seemingly insurmountable into creative opportunity. Now, I quite simply don't know how she does it, but she invests so deeply in everything she does, and with her incredible, discerning eye, everyone she values, whether she represents them or not. Now, Hylda jokes about the fact that she would give those she loves a kidney. I worry that she would actually, in fact, do so and throw her spleen and her gallbladder in for good measure. But she certainly gives them her heart. But the real worry I have about Hylda is her selflessness. I often call her on this and suggesting that she takes time off for, a massage or a manicure, God knows she needs one, or something. But the response is always, yeah, right, when would I do that? I mean, fuck, that was a bad Irish accent. Whenever I do accents, they always sound Indian, so maybe I should go, yes, when will I be doing that? Well, anyway, that's her usual response. And she insists that she takes the time out every day for a medicinal walk at 5:30 in the morning. And if I check the time zones, I live in England, it's often when she calls me, and I'm hazard a guess, it's many other people she calls at that time in her life, just to check in, just to make sure that everyone's set. And I know you're on your walk, Hylda, because I can hear the telltale panting. But I'm grateful. I am so grateful. I never fail to leave a conversation with Hylda with a sense that more is possible. I leave that conversation realigned with a fresh perspective on what really matters. Maybe her resilience and her capacity derive from spending the first 14 years of her life in Ireland without running water or flushing toilets. It has certainly affected her humour. She ran her first gig as an agent out of a telephone box in Dublin. And after such experiences, the often brutal and impersonal LA talent landscape was sure to be a doddle for Hylda. But of course it wasn't, and it isn't. Hylda just makes it look easy because she is so goddamn talented. Now, Hylda herself would never dwell on or discuss this, but I know from observation that when she first landed here on the scene 27 years ago, ours was not an industry that nurtured the careers of women, particularly a woman who was as passionate as she is about her family. The fear of having other agents go over your talent list as you scuttled off to deliver your baby was real. And as a result, there was perhaps an understandable environment in the industry then that led to women in the business looking after themselves and being fiercely protective of their own achievements, not being as supportive as perhaps they naturally could have been for fear of losing their foothold. But the thing that sets Hylda Queally apart, her glorious uniqueness, lay and still lies in her refusal to let any lack of support or opportunity make her jaded or alter her natural and indefatigable inventiveness, resourcefulness, and supportiveness. And consequently, Hylda has become not only one of this industry's greatest and most influential agents, but one of its greatest mentors, having built, no, that is actually the wrong word, having grown an extraordinarily diverse and potent client list. And I say grown because to be represented by Hylda is to grow. Not in a cookie-cutter way, but in a way that is true to your spirit and ambition and your outlook. Now, Hylda thinks way and way, way beyond and ahead of the curve. She's contemporary, she's modern, fuck, that's an awful word, and she's engaged. But she is old-fashioned too, in the sense that she is loyal. I mean, loyalty. Do you remember that quality? And how we prize it so much and we so rarely encounter it. She's old-fashioned in the sense that she is respectful. She's respectful of every single person in the process of putting a project together, not just those she represents. She's old-fashioned in the sense that she is genuinely and uniquely creative, not imitating or being led by somebody else's instincts, and what incredible instincts Hylda has. Hylda knows that a genuinely creative life has more downs than ups, and I know from personal experience that she is there to guide you through and learn from the missteps, the risks, the flunks, the failures, as much as she is there to rejoice and buy a new pair of shoes, or 2 or 3, or I've just got to have that one as well, to attend your successes. And the successes that, to be frank, would not have happened without her. Not a single one. Hylda is, quite simply, a force of nature without a mould. She's magnetic, she's compelling, she's wise and hilarious. Did I say hilarious? She is fucking hilarious. There is no pressure whatsoever on your speech, Hylda, though. You can be as boring and as brief as you want to. It is your night, baby. Now, like everyone on your books, Hylda, and I can't see you because I'm blind, I count myself blessed to be represented by you. I would be an unformed piece of amoebic jello without you. You are an Uber agent without compare, but as important and as central as that relationship is to my life, you are my dear, dear friend. So congratulations tonight on this honour, my darling pal. It couldn't be more deserved. You are really the quintessential woman's woman in film.
Okay. Thank you, Cate, for that beautiful introduction and for coming to LA to be here especially for me. Everyone in this room knows the supreme talent that this lady is. I know that. I know that and so much more. It's been an honor to have grown up with you over the past 19 years. I love you with every fiber in my being. Thank you, Women in Film, for this wonderful honor. I never did meet Sue Mengers. I heard the stories like everyone else did, of course, and I know of her reputation as a formidable agent on behalf of each and every one of her clients. Thank you, Brian, Kevin, Richard, and all of my CAA colleagues for providing me with an environment that supports me and my clients on a daily basis. My road to Hollywood started a long way from here. I grew up on a farm on the west coast of Ireland. My mother was the youngest of 8 girls, 4 of whom emigrated to the United States when they turned 14. They went to build a better life. I remember clearly my grandmother's excitement when she received a letter from her absent daughters, her sadness mitigated by their tales of success in the United States. She lived with us all her life. On her bedroom wall hung 2 pictures. One was of President John F. Kennedy. The other one was of Jesus. The message was crystal clear to me. You had to go to America first in order to get into heaven. America came to me through television and cinema screens. I love Barbara Feldman as Agent 99 in Get Smart, and of course, like everyone else in this room, Lucille Ball in I Love Lucy. Their hairstyles and outfits were my first fashion inspirations, and unfortunately, there are photos to prove that. I saw such strength, beauty, and charisma in watching Barbara Stanwyck, Betty Davis, Liz Taylor, Katharine Hepburn, Joan Crawford, and my personal favorite, Marilyn Monroe. These were my first storytellers, showing me worlds and lifestyles so far removed from mine. Initially, as Cate did say, I ran my agency in Dublin from a payphone, representing some incredibly talented actors in Irish theatre and television. At the time, it was far from being a vibrant film scene, so I worked with talent in many areas, the most unusual being Barry the hypnotist. He had a mesmerizing work ethic. He worked 364 days a year, as even for me, securing a booking on Christmas Day was difficult. For me, hearing a foreign accent in the lounge at the Shelburne Hotel in Dublin, which I fondly refer to as my sub-office, was the first indication that a movie production was in fact in town. Some productions, not dissimilar today, were more securely funded than others, so to guarantee payment from my clients, it was not unusual for me to board a train or a bus on a Friday evening to travel to some remote location in order to pick up my clients' fees in person. I was agent, casting director, and accountant. But it was time to move on, and with very little money and a work visa, I arrived in Los Angeles, January 9th of 1989. Like my aunts before me, I now too was an immigrant, with the same dreams to work hard, make a living, and provide for my family back home. Like immigrants from many parts of the world, I was welcomed with open arms. I encountered no walls. One of the first women I met in this industry was the incomparable Nicole David. Nicole co-owned her own agency, which was a rarity at that time. She employed me as her assistant. That did not last long. I was a horrible assistant, which brings me to the point of saying thank you to my current assistant and every assistant I've had in the past who has taken care of me, put up with me, and made me look better on a daily basis. I saw at that time that there was absolutely no focus on the international market, so I discovered a niche for myself. I made a proposal that I would run the international division within Triad Artists. Today, I am proud to work with talent from the United States, Ireland, England, France, Belgium, Holland, Spain, Norway, Sweden, Kenya, India, China, Japan, New Zealand, and of course, Australia. The majority are, of course, incredible women. I do have some men, but people don't seem to realize that, but that's not them for this evening. Not alone am I proud of them as actors, but also because so many of them use their celebrity status to shine a light on issues and causes outside our industry. I was once told that an agent was someone who secured a role for their clients, negotiated their deals, and as a result, received a commission. And whilst this is true in the broadest sense, for me, being an agent is so much more. I appreciate that as agent to my clients, I not only represent them, I am their representative in the most literal sense. I am the link between them and the industry. It's a huge privilege and a great responsibility. I see my role as that of a partner with my clients, finding a piece of material and fighting collectively to secure it for them. An uncredited producer, if you will. A lot has changed since I began my career, but we do in fact need to do more. Strides are being made to address the inequalities in pay and diversity issues. There is no doubt about the fact that we need more roles for women, and not just women under 40. We need more female writers to create these better roles for women, more female directors to accurately depict the female perspective. And of course, when we have that all lined up, it would be great to have our studio heads give the green light. This room alone can effect this change, and it is our collective responsibility to speak up. While a lot of work is yet to be done, we must not lose sight of the fact that we belong to a community where we have the ability to reinvent on a daily basis. For most of us, there's never really a dull moment. Our business is competitive, but we must endeavor to support each other, not just as professionals, but certainly also as women. I have spoken many times at colleges and to our CAA trainees and interns, and the first question asked by every woman in the room is if it's possible to have a career and still have a family. And the answer should be yes. Many years ago, on seeing my engagement ring, a fellow agent said to me, "Nice diamond, but say goodbye to your career, honey." But I went ahead anyway. A husband and 3 children, I'm still here. However, I had children at a time when I felt far more comfortable to say my car had run out of gas or it had some technical malfunction than to admit that my child was sick or I in fact wanted to attend a school event. I believe that in recent years we have moved on from that way of thinking. This is not about one gender walking ahead. It's certainly not about one gender following behind. It's about all of us walking side by side. My career has not suffered by being a mother. For me, it has been a strength. Tonight, I'm incredibly proud to have most of my immediate family here with me. Brad, my husband, my 3 children, Charlotte, Ryan, and Miles, my sister Stephanie, who's visiting from Ireland, and my brother Raymond, who could unfortunately not be here, but I know is with us all in spirit. This is my team, my foundation on which I build every day, and there is no way I could do any of it without you all. I'm also blessed to have so many colleagues and close friends here with me this evening to support me. 3 decades on, I still love my job each and every day. I am honored to be associated with some of today's greatest actors, like those I admired on my hometown cinema screen all those years ago. Thank you.